I said, you can talk to me about them, but I'm going to sit in every chair until I find the one I like. I found the one I like. Guy goes, really? He's like, and I'm like, I like it. It reclines back really well. It's comfortable. It's soft. Wasn't electronic. Didn't have charger ports or anything. Didn't need any of that. And then he sits down in it and he goes, oh, I like this. I'm like, bro, you work here.
How
You're
did you not try this?
Have you never sat in a chair before? But
sometimes people sit in chairs.
Yeah, that was some weird stuff, but and it was only like a $700 chair, so
it's an investment. It's tough to look at the price sometimes, but you spend what 60% of your life probably, like spending a lot for our family room.
Yeah,
what do you call it? Sectional.
Yeah,
it's worth it because of the amount of time you spend on it.
Right.
Buying something that looks good in your living room that you never sit on. That was the one that doesn't make sense to me.
You're gonna need at some point like something that you're gonna fall asleep on it because you've been drinking, or there's a boring game, or you're pissed off at your wife, or your wife's pissed off at you.
I haven't had to sleep on the couch, luckily.
It's coming. You got like a couple more months left, right?
I didn't look up a Would You Rather.
I didn't. Oh, I got a replacement for Would You Rather if you want.
Oh, hit me.
Hold on, I gotta pull it. All right, I saw this on another video. So you know how sports teams retire numbers, all the time. You know, for players that are great. But what if there was a way to retire a number that's bad? Something that is, you know, every player or something associated with that number,
a bad number,
brings up bad juju for your team, and you could just say nobody's ever going to wear this again. When I heard that, there was one that instantly came to my mind, and I think you'll think the same one. I was thinking number 90 for the Golden Knights.
Oh yeah,
because there have been two players that have worn that.
Yeah, agreed.
Both big mid-season acquisitions at the trade deadline, and both epic failures.
Took a lot of money from Dollar Bill. Yeah, that's funny. 90 Tatar and Leonard for sure.
Just say we're never gonna 90 again.
I mean, the Knights retired a number for like the greatest reason ever. So. That's saddest, greatest, like, but most like meaningful reason to retire a number. 90 needs 90 needs to fuck right off.
Yes,
is what it does. To Carter Hart, don't take number 90.
Yeah, exactly. And then there was another one.
I don't think I can think of any other ones. I'm trying to think of like you associate it with bad like free agent acquisitions or draft busts, like Raiders number 2, you know, all timers.
That's might be a good one. Jury's still out on Ashton, but then and then I was thinking, Raiders number 11 because that's what Henry Ruggs wore, but Janikowski also wore 11. So
you got your good and your bad.
Yeah, and then I thought the same line. What about 81 for Aaron Hernandez? But Randy Moss also wore 81. So, you know, some of them have the good and the bad.
I'm trying to think of like
give me a Spurs.
Yeah, well, our worst free agent acquisition is like Richard Jefferson, I feel like. I don't even remember what number, but it wasn't like he epically wrecked the franchise. So, like, they don't make bad decisions. They don't make bad decisions.
That's true. Like, our teams are winners for the most part, so we don't have a laundry list of those guys. Which brings me to my next question. Bill Simmons recently went viral for talking about an irrelevant sports franchise. And he said, this team happens to be the most irrelevant.
Was it the Hornets?
No. He said the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Oh, I did see that.
But I wanted to get your thought on that too. Like, what do you like? The Blue Jackets were actually the first thing I thought of too.
It's easy to attack hockey. Simmons doesn't strike me as a hockey guy. He probably doesn't give a crap about he's a Boston guy.
He's Boston.
And he's mainly basketball, Celtics, and then I would say Red Sox,
Pats, and
then Patriots and Bruins if they're on his radar. Even he's like Portnoy, who just shows up for the playoff games
when they're winning
or something. Yeah,
yep.
Cycle the pucks on net, skate. I think I'm on record as saying the Colts are in our earlier podcast. I said the Colts are a relevant franchise, and here they are kicking ass this year. Well, we'll get to that.
There were two more that I thought of.
It's middle Ohio, so I don't feel like anything in sports related in Ohio can be irrelevant.
It's one of those.
If you had to pick a state to showcase sportsdom in America, Ohio would be one of the top 5. Okay. So I just don't think if Phoenix Coyotes, Arizona Coyotes still existed, but again, you're always going to default to hockey because it's probably the least popular. You could say any MLS team is irrelevant.
I mean, they had the playoffs yesterday. We were watching San Diego and Minnesota United at the Westgate, and there were a good amount of people watching that game.
Okay.
I think Major League Soccer's, and I think, like I said last time too,
we need to get it all together. Get the UCL in there and give us our relegation, because that would be exciting to see who's going to get relegated and who's going to get promoted. I feel like that would help.
And I think once American sports fans start to see that here in America, they might really jump on board with that.
Obviously, the Hornets is I guess that, so that's going to be one of my picks. It's definitely not a football franchise. There's no irrelevant NFL teams. I said the Colts, but
I went with Jaguars.
I don't think so.
I think the Jaguars could disappear tomorrow and nobody would bat an eye.
I think having Travis Hunter helps.
He's hurt.
But if he wasn't hurt, and they're talking about him playing both sides of the ball, but that's only as of this year.
Right.
They have always been the franchise that people joke are going to move to London.
Yes.
I've heard a bunch of jokes about the London Jaguars. AFC South, man. It's just, let's just call it the irrelevant division.
The whole division, yeah. And then the other one, Sacramento Kings.
Yeah. I know a few Kings fans, actually.
I think the Kings could disappear, and again, nobody would bat an eye. They're the second billing in their own market in North California.
Yeah, they could just relocate to.
And they were going
to Bay Area.
They were going to relocate to Seattle, and that was great. That would have been fantastic because it moves them out of the NorCal shadow, gives them their own market. The Clippers should have done it too, but. I don't know.
I have a friend that I met him in San Francisco, and so he's fandom is Cowboys, A's, Kings. I don't think he has a hockey. Okay. But
all right.
He's lost his A's.
Yeah.
Now, and I would hate for him to lose his Kings as well to Seattle. Obviously, he's never going to lose his Cowboys, but they're not in his region.
They're not.
So. I would feel bad. I could get. I hate to say it, but I could get behind the Kings moving to Seattle. I could get behind it.
Right. What about the Mavs moving here?
The who?
The Mavs moving to Vegas.
Dallas?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
That's a thing. Yeah.
Why would you leave the Dallas market?
So the Stars and the Mavericks are in this little.
Does they share the same arena?
Yes. And I don't know which one, but one wants to build another arena and not include the other one. And of course, as you know, Mark Cuban sold the team recently, and they sold it to the late Sheldon Adelson's Vegas Sands company. So the Mavericks are on paper headquartered here in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I believe that's probably for tax purposes. But they're headquartered here, and according to their lease at American Airlines Center, they cannot be headquartered anywhere outside of the Dallas market. So the Stars are now saying they are planning on moving to Vegas, and they want the lease broken. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Would you go?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Are they going to stay in the... You could argue it and draw your border so that they could stay in the Southwest. Which would be stay in the same division with the Rockets and the Spurs and the Suns and the who the fuck else is in that shit? I don't even know. It's like the Texas teams and the Suns, and then
Denver?
I think the Pelicans are in that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, there's that Northwest that's Oklahoma City, who shouldn't be in the Northwest.
Right, but
they are.
Seattle.
But they are, and then Portland and then the Kings and the Jazz and the Nuggets are in that one. And then there's the South, but then there's the Pacific as well.
Yeah, and that's your Warriors.
All the Californias.
Yeah, Clippers, Lakers, and Phoenix. Yeah. I don't know. I think you'd have to do a little bit of realignment, but
yeah, I would lose a rivalry. That's like my biggest rivalry, because like Spurs Mavs, is it. So let's Rockets aren't the same. I don't know why. Just the Rockets don't hit the same, and they would probably argue the Spurs don't hit the same as our rival, like the Mavs. It's like the two little brothers mad at Big Brother Dallas.
Yeah,
trying to outshine.
I could see that. Yeah,
even though they both have more titles than Big Brother.
Right? Yeah. Dallas has one?
Yeah, 2011. Mm-hmm. Beat LeBron, so good on them.
That was nice. Yeah.
I think if you ask me, going back to that most irrelevant franchise, I think it is the Hornets. I think it's the Hornets. So they could disappear. They did disappear.
They did disappear, yeah.
And then the fight.
Even with Michael Jordan owning them.
He didn't do anything.
He never did anything, yep.
Now he doesn't anymore. So, and they have like a sweet color scheme with a sweet jersey with the stripes, legacy players like Muggsy Bogues and Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning.
Yeah.
I think maybe in this day and age, people associate Alonzo Mourning more with the Heat now than the Hornets. But
I think so.
Because there's that meme. Have you seen it? The one where he's on the sideline and he like talks himself into smiling.
No.
I'll have to show you, but it's just Alonzo Mourning, and he's like on the sideline, like pissed off about something, and he's like,
"That's fantastic."
He talks himself into it. It's fucking hilarious. But let us know in the comments what you think is the most irrelevant franchise in all of sports. Tap into, don't give us like a Bennington Rumble Ponies or something like that. But
they'll never be irrelevant.
Major, and the Yard. Oh, my hair's blocking. Oh, is it this side?
Yard Goats.
Best mascot ever. Great park, Duncan Park. There in Hartford.
Good use of the accent too.
Let's roll into the NFL stuff because the NFL is king. Did you know? I was watching the epic, amazing Detroit New York Giants game. Jameis Winston, he's just an entertainer. He's not a quarterback. He's an entertainer. He and Tom Brady share a stat, and they are the only two people to ever do it in a game. And
nothing.
Think about the big play that Jameis had in the game.
I didn't watch it, so.
Oh, there was it's an end around, and then he handed it to another guy, and then Jameis rolls into the flat and takes off down the sideline with a linebacker covering him, and the receiver throws it to him. He makes a really good catch, shakes the linebacker off, and scores. So he had a receiving touchdown.
Okay.
So he and Tom Brady are the only two players ever to have 300 passing yards and 30 receiving yards in a game.
Wow. Okay.
So somehow Tom got a 30-yard catch somewhere in the history of Tom Brady-ness somewhere.
I think it was against Miami.
I didn't bother to look it up, but
I want to say...
I think I can probably go and find it. I'll put the highlight up here. The highlight will be playing right now of Tom Brady, provided copyright doesn't get pissed off at me for showing NFL footage.
I can imagine. I want to say Kevin Falk throwing the ball to Tommy.
So you're just guessing.
Yeah.
The footage will be showing, so you'll know later on whether or not you are correct or not on that. But it's crazy that no other quarterback has had more than 30 receiving yards.
Right.
So, well, I guess you have to have the 300 passing yards along with it. But, I mean...
You would think at some point, like in the earlier days, somebody would have
Otto
done that.
Graham...
Yeah.
Norm Van Brocklin.
Some trickeration, or maybe like a Donovan McNabb or a Russell Wilson.
Yeah, like Russell's going for a catch. Bo Nix has a touchdown catch.
Okay. Do you know Mike Vrabel, coach of the first place Patriots, has
several
11?
He's 11 touchdowns.
Every pass he ever caught was a touchdown.
Yet somehow he's in there and you know the ball's going to him.
That's right.
And he can't stop it. That's quality, man.
There was one he almost dropped one time.
I think that if you're tanking or like looking not to win games but make them exciting to get the fan base involved, Jameis Winston is your perfect quarterback.
Yeah, that's a good assessment.
I mean, what a fucking game. And he goes out there and he chucks it, man. He throws and he gets catches and he scores and does his little layup celebration, and then they lose. Like the shootout against the Broncos last year, like the one on Monday Night Football where he went toe-to-toe with Bo Nix and Denver pulled it out, and then against Detroit where they just let Jahmyr Gibbs run all over him. And then I think they ended up firing their defensive coordinator after that. The Giants did. They've already fired Dable.
Right.
And now we're going to that. So shout out to Jameis Winston. I'm not sure what his contract status is for next year, but if you're looking to tank, but be exciting.
J-Mo.
He seemed to have a good relationship with Dart, too. They showed him a lot on the sidelines and everything. So what do I got next? Oh, yeah. How stupid did the Minnesota Vikings look at this point?
For letting Sam Darnold go?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Considering JSN leads the league and over 1,000 yards receiving already.
It's pretty crazy.
And J.J. McCarthy looks like a lost puppy dog that doesn't have a clue what he's doing. And, a quarterback from Michigan that they ran the ball 85% of the time. Imagine that coming into the NFL and he doesn't know how to play quarterback.
Right.
Who would have thought?
And especially missing an entire year last year. You would think that he would have had more time to learn.
With a coach.
Yeah.
With a coach, so I wrote down, who's to blame for that? Is it Kevin O'Connell's cockiness and I'm such a great quarterback coach? Look at me. I got Sam Darnold to a Pro Bowl level. We got Carson. We're going to bring in Carson Wentz and we got our J.J. McCarthy and I'm going to fix both of them because I am that awesome of a quarterback's coach, offensive coordinator. Well, should have kept Sam Darnold, or was it a KOC's like I want to keep Sam Darnold because we got a good thing going, and then he's overridden by management and front office and owners.
No, I think
we drafted this kid number 9 overall. We got to play him.
Kind of the same way with Atlanta forcing Penix over Cousins.
But Kirk Cousins kind of gave you a reason in the back half of the year last year.
A little bit, yeah. But no, I think Darnold was never a long-term or permanent solution for Minnesota.
Doesn't make any sense.
It was all about McCarthy. McCarthy won the national championship, so he was just covered in gold.
Okay.
And
because McCarthy won you that national championship.
No, I know. But when you win games, and they tend to like that. I mean, hey, Jameis is still around. He won the national championship.
He did win the national championship. He contributed more than J.J. McCarthy did to his.
That's true.
And he can sling it, man. That one pass he had off his back foot, like 60 yards to the back of the end zone to the Giants guy. That was quite the throw, but then he does other dumb shit too. So, yeah.
That's why he's still backing up.
We got Geno Smith flipping off his own crowd, running off the field.
So I got some thoughts on the Raiders.
Firing Chip Kelly.
Do you think Pete Carroll's going to be around next year?
I do.
Okay.
I actually do.
I agree. I'm not a big fan of letting go guys after one year.
Yeah. Nope.
Give them a couple.
I hate that. I hate that.
But I think I had this little epiphany, if you will. The Raider fans are the ones to blame for the Raiders' multiple decades of terribleness.
Well,
because they're too loyal. The Raider, no matter what, Raider fans are buying tickets, buying merchandise, filling that stadium.
Loyal to a fault.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
And the Raiders are making money. They have no incentive to lose. Stop going to games, Raider fans. Stop buying the merchandise and make the team lose money. And then they'll realize that they need to win. And I hate to say that because that's our, local team. But fact of the matter is, you guys are too damn loyal. Be like the Kansas City Royals, okay? Stop going to games. Stop filling up the stadium. Make Allegiant half full. And when the money stops rolling in, Mark Davis will be forced to say, holy crap, we got to do something different. There's a reason Tom Brady wanted to buy into the Raiders, because they're a cash cow. People keep buying tickets. People keep spending money on them, and they don't have to do a thing. As bad as the Raiders have been for 20 plus years, they're going to continue to be bad because they have no incentive to be good.
Yeah, loyal to a fault. Our comment section on some posts have shown the loyalty and the I'm literally making a point about something, and all the arguments to me are like, well, blah, 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 and I'm like, you're arguing my point. You're proving my point.
Right.
And like, I got one comment, one guy that was like, yeah, we do need to build from the inside out. And I was like, at least one person gets it. If I can get through to one, like, but like at the same time, it's like, are they loyal and spending all this money? Are they though? Because I'm looking at these stadiums, and on Monday night, that was at least 80-20 Dallas.
Well, those tickets, like, they're bought by Raider fans, and then they're resold to Cowboy fans. And you go out that tailgate, and there's still, 50,000 people out there wearing
silver and black.
Shanty jerseys,
yeah, and so is it a double-edged sword? Like, we're such a good fan base. Look at how awesome we are, and we're always loyal to our team. And like, maybe it's time to not be great fans. I've never met a Raider fan that wasn't like 100% loyal and locked in, and the love is for the Raiders is never questioned. And for that, I'll give you so many props, Raider fans. You guys are awesome in that way. You have thrown peanuts at me in the stadium.
If that's all you've got thrown at you, you're good.
I've gotten talked to. This was in Oakland. I was not allowed to go to the bathroom by myself. But I'm wearing probably the most rivaled team's gear, some bright ass orange. So, but yeah, I think might be time to start protesting.
Yeah, absolutely, because they're not winning games, and there's no, like, if you're Mark Davis, you got the money coming in. If Pete
Carroll can't come in and fix you,
nobody can.
Like, I don't even know. So crazy shit.
Now, I mentioned I don't like getting rid of coaches after 1 year, but do you think Jonathan Gannon should be fired in Arizona?
Yes.
I agree. I was actually hoping that we would wake up yesterday and find out that he's been gone.
Well, they fought to overtime for that one.
But they had...
I was like a GM owner, that's the things I'm looking for. Are the players still playing for me? Are they fighting hard? Is it... You can tell. You can look at the product on the field and you can tell. If you're like a losing team and you know you're rebuilding, you know that's coming. Are you seeing just a little bit of progress?
How long does it take to rebuild? That's the other question. Because you can look and say, here's a team like Arizona or a team like Las Vegas that is rebuilding for a decade. And then, obviously I'm going to throw out New England here. Tom Brady leaves in 2019, and in 5 years, they're back on top of the football world.
Yeah. I think it boils down to head coaching culture and quarterback play.
Yeah.
The most important position. Kyler Murray is hurt a lot, and he's small.
Right.
And I'm not sold on him.
Well, so, and Kyler Murray was Cliff Kingsbury's guy, and they just continue to keep him.
Normally, when it's a new coach, you're usually like a whole new regime coming in, right? So you got your new GM that comes in with his coach that he wants, and then he gets his player. So new coach, new GM, you can hit off right away. You've got contracts, and, as a good GM can come in and move stuff right away in that first offseason, but, if you've got a guy on like a 6-year something...
Right.
Actually, I would say a 6-year one is probably easier to move than like a 2-3 year. I give my coach 2 to see if I see progress. I give my GM time to get his guys in. It's like hiring a college coach. You got to give him You got to give him time to get his recruits in there. And so, and then it all boils down to, can you get the right quarterback? I think so. Gannon's in his 3rd year now.
3rd or 4th. I don't even.
Sorry, dude.
It's not working. It's time to go.
But I've seen a lot of stories of it's usually the D coordinators that come in. They're a young D coordinator and they're hot on the streets, and then they get hired for something, and then they figure out, oh, this head coaching thing is difficult than I thought, and then they go back to being a defensive coordinator, and they're an even better defensive coordinator. See Joseph Vance.
Yeah.
And now he's going to be a head coach next year, and now learning all those lessons. Maybe Jonathan Gannon can come, if he gets fired, be a DC for 2 or 3 more years under a great head coach, and then let's try it again.
Todd Bowles is another
Yeah, Todd Bowles. I mean, Tampa looked like shit on Sunday night, but
he's been hurt. His second time around as head coach after replacing Bruce Arians. He's been pretty damn good.
Yeah, to have the vision to get Baker Mayfield in there and get that team going. NFC South is interesting. I got one more NFL thing here, and it's why does nobody believe in the first place teams this year?
Schedules. Schedule Daniel Jones, Bo Nix.
One more team. One more of my four. I want to know if you've got
Caleb Williams.
Yeah. Okay. So I wrote,
everybody is all over the Rams right now, and don't get me wrong, the Rams look fantastic. Yeah, but
my Super Bowl, yes, at this moment would be the Rams.
The Eagles have looked very inconsistent. There have been times where they've looked fantastic, but there have been a lot of times where they just don't look good, and especially the second half of that Dallas game and the Green Bay game. The Bears, the Bears continue to impress. That's a team where you look at last year. Obviously, the Hail Mary loss against Washington was a massive turning point.
It really fucked them.
And they were just done after that. And this year, they didn't have that. They've learned how to win. And I think the same thing with the Broncos. Broncos have really learned how to win, how to stay in the game right until the very end. They don't get down. They get down on a scoreboard, but they don't let that get them down. And the Patriots, I think people are just talking smack because they haven't played any bit of a difficult schedule. They're winning the games they're supposed to win, and they're winning the games that are challenging for them. But fact of the matter is, when your opponent's winning percentage is starts with a 3, nobody's going to respect you. And I'm the same way. I say that about everybody. I'll talk about Notre Dame all day long, and I want Texas to be in the top 12 instead of Notre Dame. I want to see Miami up there instead of Notre Dame, because those are teams that play better schedules.
Notre Dame did make the national championship game last year.
Last year they actually played a tough schedule.
And I like their coach. So
they were good last year. This year their schedule is just trash. They're not playing anybody.
Well, your Texas has a chance to prove it on Friday.
You have A&M.
A&M.
Yeah, that's huge.
So they have the chance to prove it. Miami.
Come on, chaos.
Winning the ACC. So I think Miami will make it. Yeah, like I said, the four of the 8 first place teams, Pats, Broncos, Colts, and the Bears. If you would ask 5 somewhat informed NFL fans who do they think is going to win those respective divisions still, I think a lot of them would still give you Bills, Chiefs.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Houston looked good against Buffalo.
I think they looked great.
People might lean on Houston catching, because they still play twice. They still play each other twice. It's crazy.
Those uniforms
and
they wore.
Bears still play the Bears still play the Packers twice.
Yeah.
So it's and in the Bears case, you've got two teams that people probably think can come and catch them with the Lions and the Packers.
Right.
Considering the Bears have still 2 games against the Packers.
I think they finished with Detroit.
They have 1 more against Detroit. Yeah. And then they also have another tough game. Philadelphia. They still play the Eagles on Friday.
That's your
Black Friday game. Yeah. And it boils down to one thing. The Pats, easy schedule. The Broncos, we don't trust your offense. The Colts, we don't trust Daniel Jones yet. And the Bears, you keep winning at the buzzer with these remarkable comeback wins, which the Broncos did too. I feel like the Broncos and the Bears are very similar, except for the defenses. The Bears defense forces turnovers, and that's how they pull it off. The Broncos defense just forces you into 3 and outs and holds you to field goals. Because we don't get turnovers. We think we're still in the negative. And so I don't know what any of these teams have to do. And you're going to get to the playoffs and say the seeds hold, right? And I think the Patriots have a better chance of getting the number 1 seed than the Broncos do, just because of the way the schedule kicks out. And you only have 1 more tough game against Baltimore, who's on a tear right now. They're in first place. That's why we can't talk about the Steelers, because the Ravens are in first place. And the Broncos still have a Chiefs game and still. So just play the Jaguars, who are a winning record team. Going into those games, obviously somebody's going to get a bye, but somebody's going to be sitting on those wild cards. And then those 3 other teams, it could be Baltimore, Buffalo, and Kansas City as your 5, 6, 7. I have a feeling, even though they're on the road, those 3 will be favored against.
Yeah.
Say it goes Pats,
absolutely.
Pats, Broncos, right? We're the 2. You're the 1, we're the 2. Your 3 would be the Colts.
3 would be the Colts then, yeah.
And then your 4 is Baltimore. And then your 5, 6, and 7s are probably your Buffalo, your Kansas City, and your
could be Chargers,
Jacksonville.
Oh.
Could be Chargers.
And Houston is right there too.
Houston's got a great defense. Say we're 2 and Buffalo is 7.
You don't want that.
I want that.
I don't.
I want that. They blew us the fuck out last year. I want that revenge game.
Okay. Right.
I want Buffalo to have to come to Denver, and I want to sack Josh Allen like 9 times. Houston just sacked him like 8 times, so it's proven that it can be done.
That was fun.
And we're better at sacking. So I want Buffalo. That's who I want in the playoffs.
Better at sacking.
Are you really like Kansas City at Indy? Who's going to take the Colts?
Didn't Kansas City just beat Indy?
No. Yes, they did. Yeah. That was in KC. This will be in Indianapolis. Yeah. But like Kansas City, say they're the 7 seed and they have to go to Denver. Who's going to take the Broncos? I don't think so. I think that they're going to be favored.
Broncos beat them in Denver.
Bo Nix doesn't play playoff games. Mahomes knows how to win in the playoffs. All you have to do is give the Chiefs a chance.
Oh, you should get a job at ESPN.
All the fucking Colts had to do was run the goddamn ball, and we could see the Chiefs sitting at 5 and 6 right now.
Look at the Colts games against Pittsburgh and Kansas City. Their last 2 losses, right? Those 2 games, for some reason, they didn't run the ball.
Yeah, and if you don't trust Daniel Jones, then don't lean on him and lean on the guy who's going to be the offensive player of the year.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor is destroying it for everybody, or every defense, destroying every defense he plays. Now, I get it, obviously do everything you can to stop them. But yeah, if you don't trust Donald Jones, just keep feeding the ball to Jonathan Taylor.
It's not that difficult.
He's having a career year. He's having one of the best years anybody has ever had in NFL history. Him and Jahmyr Gibbs are just tearing it up for running backs. And you got to trust them, because if you don't, Indy, you're not going to win games.
That's what you have to do.
That's why you lost to Pittsburgh. That's why you lost to Kansas City.
Yeah.
Taylor needs to have 100 yards on the ground every single game.
20 plus touches.
Yeah.
I mean, 30 touches,
yeah.
20 handoffs.
Use him the same way Tennessee used Derrick Henry for all those years. Just power horse.
Yeah.
Right through the line every single time. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand why teams have weapons like this and just will stop using them.
If they don't want to use them, J.J. Dobbins went down. So if you want to give them to the Broncos,
right?
We only got one healthy back right now.
Seriously.
But yeah, I just don't think that any of these higher seeded teams are going to be favored at home in the wild card round games. So they got to prove it, right? You got to prove it.
It'll be interesting to see. I mean, there's still 5 weeks left to play.
Yeah, and Kansas City could lose a couple. They're definitely capable of losing.
Right.
So, and then these 4 have to hold steady. I'm looking at you, Bears, Packers twice, Lions, Eagles.
I think the Bears are probably the most interesting first place team right now. I mean, at this point, the Colts have been there all year, so yeah, we kind of are used to it, I guess. And the Broncos and the Pats, both with our second-year QBs as well. We know they both have great coaches and great coordinators, so we kind of figured that there was a good chance that they were going to make the jump back to the top this year. But the Bears were kind of...
We didn't know what Ben Johnson.
Yeah, we didn't know what Ben Johnson. We didn't know what type of quarterback Caleb was going to be in his second year. I mean, these 4 teams, 3 of them are second-year QBs.
Yeah. 2 of them without any playoff experience. Bo Nix only 1 game, and they got destroyed by Buffalo. last year. So
it's
Daniel Jones is the most playoff experience with the Giants. Crazy.
That in itself is insane. Yeah. But I think the Bears are very interesting to watch, and like if I weren't doing anything Friday, I would make a point to clear my schedule for that game.
I'm beyond excited for Thanksgiving. I'm never really, but we got 3 fucking games. I put a parlay on who I thought. You've got Dallas, Kansas City, Detroit, and Green Bay, right?
Is that who it is? Oh,
then the Bengals and the Ravens with Joey B.
Burrow is back for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't play him if I would. I don't want to get into that. That's a 20-minute why I think the Bengals should not play Joe Burrow. But I think it's Packers. It's definitely Lions. I thought it was Lions Packers.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't know if I didn't write that down.
That sounds right. So I'm going with it. I mean, Detroit's always the 9 o'clock game, which is hard for us on the West Coast.
Game. It is. It's Detroit, Green Bay. That's such a sweet lineup. And then to get Bears, Eagles the next day, like, oh my gosh. Way to go, Roger. I'm going to give you props on this one. This might be your first and only ever shout out that I'm going to give you. But if you were in charge of this schedule, fucking yeah, dude.
Roger is up to minus 10,000 points now.
Approval points.
Yeah.
But I went as far as who I think is going to win. I think Green Bay is going to win. I think.
Oh wow! Okay.
I think Baltimore will beat Cincy, and then I can't. I can't not pick Dallas because I hate Kansas City so much.
Well, Dallas is another one of those inconsistent teams where they played 2 completely different halves. Sunday too. So
did you know that there are 2,000-yard receivers already in the NFL? 2 guys that have got to 1,000 yards. So one's easy to guess.
CD?
No, the other guy. No, I was going to say JSN's the easy one.
Jackson, yeah.
George Pickens is the other 1,000-yard receiver.
Oh, Pickens, okay.
That's wild.
That is.
That man made his money. Now you just have to keep it calm like you have been this year.
Yeah.
See if Jerry will give you the money that he didn't want to give Parsons. Jerry looking better. Jerry looking better with as good as that interior defensive line played in that second half, stopping Saquon, getting Quinnen Williams and the guy they got from Green Bay in the initial trade.
I still don't understand it, and he still needs to step away.
He's going to hold on to this. But like, look how good I did now with getting Pickens and getting Quinnen Williams.
And there's one thing Cowboy fans want though, and that's some bling on their fingers. And
if Dallas makes it in the NFC, I am going to be rooting for them the rest of the way.
Really,
I want to see that. Okay.
I'm going to hold you to that when it is.
Who else am I going to root
Dallas
for in
versus
the NFC?
Denver?
No, in the NFC.
Okay.
Because I don't care. Beat Philadelphia. I don't care.
No, I
go out and beat the Seahawks. I could care less. I'm a little bit tied to the Rams because of families, but I don't really care if the Cowboys would go and beat the Rams. So that's all I got from my NFL stuff.
Let me look to see if I had anything. I talked about that. Oh, we need to do some Shedeur rage bait.
What?
I mean, what was Shedeur good?
Yeah. Yeah, but they played the Raiders.
So those 2 touchdowns that they scored,
one was a screen pass.
They were both direct snaps.
The screen pass to the one guy, and then the guy took off like a bat out of hell. That's a pass.
That was the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The throw? He had a good throw.
The first 2.
I don't know why I'm trying to defend.
The first 2 touchdowns that gave him a 14...
Direct snaps, yeah. Quinshon Judkins.
They don't even trust Shedeur to even touch the ball. Cleveland has the ball. Cleveland has a 2-touchdown lead, and Shedeur didn't even touch the ball in the scoring place. That's all I have to say. I think he had a...
it's the Raiders defense.
Was it Max Crosby?
He's good.
55% completion.
I don't know. I didn't look at any of the stats, or it didn't jump out at me like a 4 for 17 did last week.
I think it was 11 out of 20, and his rating was low. I'm just gonna pull it up real quick because simply because the Shadur fans in our comments just made me smile. Thank you for all the comments, Shadur fans.
Be loyal like Raiders fans.
Are they? So do you think they are on the verge of a cult? Kind of
Caitlin Clark status?
I'm thinking like they're, obviously they're not as bad as Caitlin Clark, right? Because nobody is as bad as Caitlin Clark's cult. But realistically, when I'm looking at all this stuff and these things they're saying, and I start going down the rabbit hole with all of the Shadur Sanders people, and it's like these folks like worship this man. Hole. 11 of 20 for 209, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
The touchdown was on a screen pass.
So 209, but 119 of them came in 2 passes.
Okay. Yeah, one was a nice throw.
The realistic stat of the game was not anything offensively. It was Myles Garrett's. And
that man is going to set the sack record. He's 4.5 away.
Yes. What's his name? Strahan was already like said goodbye. He's like, I made my peace with the fact that I don't have that record anymore. That thing is gone. But Shadur, he is also gone. I don't think he's got much left.
You could read Stefanski's body language. Like, that was a big deal. Like, apparently not giving him the game ball was a big deal.
Really?
Yeah. Bro, Myles Garrett probably earned the game ball.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, like, what do you have, 8 sacks?
Yesterday? I don't know. No, I think he had 3.
Oh, okay.
He had 3 against Gino.
I mean, I'm sorry, Shadur. It's just...
He's going to play the rest of the year. He's the guy. You got
San Francisco coming up on Sunday.
That should be fun. Well, your guy guaranteed that.
Yeah, a Browns fan who I didn't get his name guaranteed the Browns win outright against San Francisco.
So take that how you want it. I've already put my life savings on Cleveland, so because random Browns fan.
Random Browns guy. But in all seriousness, though, when you're sitting at a sports book and you end up talking to random guys that are come to Vegas from all over the country, those are the guys that know their teams the best, right?
Of course they do.
I remember once talking to a guy and I'm in line to make a bet, and I'm looking at his sheet, and he's got Florida State minus 28 over BC. And I said to the guy, I'm like, bro, take that Florida State bet off. And he's like, why? BC sucks. And I'm like, they do, but they play their games close. I go, look at all their scores. Nothing's ever anywhere close to that. Almost all these games go under. There's probably only going to be about 30 points scored in the game, and BC's going to get at least a touchdown and a field goal. And he's like, so what are, and I'm like, BC, like, that's my team. So, as I am wearing all Alabama stuff today.
Did he remove the bet, or did he flip it?
He took it off his parlay.
So he didn't take BC plus 28.
Right. He just took it off.
I'm not fucking with that game.
I told him, BC's not going to win the game, but they sure as hell are not going to lose by 4 touchdowns. And they lost by 2 touchdowns.
There you go.
But I'm glad for him that he took it off his bet. And I think, there are times where we always say don't bet with your heart, but there are things when you watch one particular team over and over and over again, as opposed to hey, I'll flip on and see I'm watching Auburn and Oregon today. And that was a basketball game.
If I find myself betting with my heart, I'll usually immediately flip and pick the opposite.
Really? I don't even do it.
Or it's I was a point where I'm betting against the Broncos every single time, because it's well, they'll win and I'll be happy, or they'll lose and I'll win money.
Yeah, there you go.
So
you can buy yourself out of misery.
I'm not sure how many. I don't know what we're giving up against the Commanders on Sunday night. I bet it's at least a touchdown, but it is in Washington, so maybe not. I gotta look, but it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna say 5. I would bet.
Speaking of giving up, 5 goals against the Mammoth yesterday,
and we looked so good against the Mammoth a couple games ago. And I don't know, maybe
it was a different
Utah, then going to Disney, and then going back to Utah. It's just, I don't know. That's
what happens, though. I feel like playing someone twice within a short amount of time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like having a playoff series.
It was, in essence, the 2 games even out. It's 6-5. Right?
Yeah.
So
I know we're down 3-1, and I was like, What if a season series wasn't one game? What if it was just total goals scored throughout the series?
Just like a total aggregate?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because then you'd have everybody. You probably never pull your goalie because you don't want to lose those goals.
Right.
We definitely would have pulled our for the second time because they pulled it down 3-1 with 4 minutes to go, and then you get the empty netter for the hat trick. That's when I turned it off because I was like, I don't want to see a fucking hat trick celebration. But
yeah, no.
Some interesting things that I looked up, and let's see. Dorofeev has no even strength goals in the month of November.
Okay.
Marner has 11 points. A lot of these things were in the last couple games here in November. Marner he had such a hot start. He's only got 11 points over the last few games, 15 games or so. So he's kind of cooled off.
Right.
Again, I'll boil it down to he's not a goal scorer like I thought we needed to go get. So another distributor like Eichel. Eichel has 44 giveaways in his last 20-something games. He's like 7th most in the NFL. In the NFL. Wow. NHL. So he has a lot of giveaways. I think the usage of him is starting to wear on him.
I was going to say he does handle the puck a lot more, yeah.
So you understand that. Like if somebody is going to be holding the puck and maneuvering the puck as much as he has, you're definitely going to have a lot more giveaways. But he has like a ton of giveaways. And it's just like, all the things that I'm like thinking about that are good with the Knights, or at least the last few years, and since the dawn of knightdom, right?
I like that.
Since the dawn of knightdom, a lot of this stuff has kind of gone away. The spreading the points across the 3 lines, the fourth line contributing like crazy. Like where has the fourth line been this year? Non-existent. And you're usually like, I'm always watching our games thinking like, oh, dude, our fourth line is so good. Like they can contribute points. They're good defense. Remember Cassidy and DeBoer used to start the fourth line for a lot of games. And it's like Kolasar's been fucking non-existent. I don't think he has a goal. Sissons was a horrible acquisition. The fact that dude's still playing, I just feel like, let's try something else, man. He's a fourth line center. You can put Howden as your fourth line center. Let's get Holtz out there, man. I feel like he had more contributions.
And I think,
he's playing for something. He's young.
One of their biggest challenges is that they trade away all their good draft picks.
Yeah.
And so we don't have a farm system to bring people in or bring people up to replace these and say, all right, we've got guys at the NHL level that are struggling and not performing the way we need them to do. That's when, a normal franchise will go and bring up a guy from Henderson. But Vegas doesn't have any guys. We don't have quality draft picks.
Well, someone would argue Bowman who's come in. And
Bowman.
And like I'll give you that dude. He hit the post last night. Or he had a backhand that the Utah guy barely knocked out last night that would have put us up. Pavel Dorofeev hit the post on a high roofer, and then you like those two moments happened, and then not 30 seconds later on the other end, those 2 goals happened. Mm-hmm. So it, like last night, yes, was kind of weird, fluky. Like maybe we could have tied that 3-3, or the Utah goals don't happen because if you just have the puck that much lower on Dorofeev's shot, it goes in, and then Bowman, that dude is on fire, dude. I might get my 42 jersey.
Nice. But
it's just like stuff that I'm pointing to where they're 5-5-5 in their last 15 games. When they're losing, it's in overtime, at least for the most part. They still only have the second most. They have the second fewest losses behind Colorado, which is good. It's just like you have so many overtime losses. And so it's like you're getting 1 point and moving up slowly instead of like 2-point jumps. So, and then your goalie, your saves percentage in the last 15 games is below 900 between your 2 goalies, which is not good. So, and like the first Utah goal last night, like Lindbaum didn't even move. It was like rocket boom over his shoulder, and you could tell he didn't see it. Yeah. It was just in the net. And it's like, I get you're young, but you've had what? How many starts has he had? He still doesn't have a win. 12? 10? Something like that? I don't know, but it's just...
He's been up for a while now.
It's a...
Does he know he's going back down?
He better. Schmid too. It's just like, I texted you. I said, remember in year one when we had like 6 different goalies and they all played well when Fleury got hurt?
Right.
Were they expecting that again 9 years later? Oh, we got the backups. We're fine. No, because, they play the game 95% of the game. They play well, right? But it's that 5% letting in a goal at an untimely moment, a goal that you don't see. One goal can make a difference between winning and losing. One goal can make a difference between winning your game or going to overtime. And that's been the problem.
Right.
Is you're letting in the goal that's getting them to overtime, and then you're not performing in overtime. That's where it is, man. So and we can't complain because we're still third, right? Still third, I think in the Pacific.
They are third. Yeah.
And we've had success for so long, that.
But there's that
first world problems, right?
That level of success needs to be sustained for the money they're paying these guys. There's no reason for it to not be there, in my opinion. And you can't keep losing overtime games. But it reminds me of...
you would think at a point it would even itself out.
It reminds me of season 2 of Ted Lasso, where they opened up the season with like 8 straight draws.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like all we can do is draw. And here it is with the Golden Knights. All we can do is overtime loss. And I'm like, oh, it goes to overtime. I don't even want to watch it.
I don't want to watch overtime anymore either. It's going to take an overtime. It's going to take an overtime win to break through.
Yeah.
So...
And I don't know what you do. Like, it's not something you coach too much.
No, no, I don't think so. I don't think it's anything coaching has...
Yeah,
I don't know.
But maybe we need to start doing 3-on-3 drills. Maybe we need to just have 3-on-3 practices.
Maybe.
Add an extra hour to practice, and we're doing 3-on-3 all day.
Shot practice, because another stat I saw, they're 7% right now. Shot percentage, 7%.
Jeez,
which is like 4th lowest in the league.
Yeah.
So Canada sweep coming through, right? Montreal and Ottawa. Ottawa tomorrow, Montreal, I believe, Friday
afternoon.
And then San Jose, I think, is the next one. 3-game homestand.
Let's win at home.
Yeah, fuck Canada. So
I mean, I do love Tim Hortons, though.
I never had a Timmy Hortons, so
we need to get one. Tim Hortons, if you're watching and franchising, there's a great empty lot in New York, where I think would be perfect for a Tim Hortons, because right outside of the Golden Knights and all the hockey people know and love Tim Hortons.
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Thanks for watching our episode today. Comment, tell us what you think maybe the Golden Knights can do to help fix it. Tell us what you think about Pete Carroll staying as the Raiders coach, or if you want him gone, or what maybe your solution is to getting the Raiders back on track, what you think Shedeur is going to be like moving forward. Don't forget to subscribe, please, because we get so many views and comments, but no one wants to hit subscribe. I'm begging you that it would be better if we got a lot more followers, and then you could consistently see what we have, even if you like watching what we have to say, or if you love arguing with us and want to bitch about stuff, we will take that with a grain of salt as well. And that's all I got for today. So that's it.
Go Knights, go.
Go Knights, go. Thank you.